Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's tutorial we are going to be working on these cross bookmarks. Now I want to start off first by saying these are out of crochet thread. You do not have to use crochet thread. You can use any yarn you want to, just use the hook that yarn recommends. And then we'll talk about the ribbon in a minute. But anyway, so the story with these bookmarks is these two I found, where did I find these? At an antique mall or an antique shop? I don't remember, but I found these and I sat down and I, picked through the stitches and to see what they did. And then I recreated it for you guys for today's tutorial. So there is a difference in size. So there's size 10, 20, and 30 crochet thread. Let me get this out for you guys. Okay, so here's the size 30, here's the size 20, and then today we're using the size 10, which its label is right here. And then I just use the hook that your thread recommends. I don't have a 1.15, so I just ended up using a 1.25, and that's a 1mm. But the different sizes of crochet thread and the different hooks are how you get these different sizes of crosses. So let me lay this out. This is the size 10, this is the size 20, and this is a size 30 crochet thread. See the difference? This one's just a tad bit smaller than that one, and then the 20 on the 10. So I mean, you guys can go crazy with your color combinations. Let's talk about the ribbon. The ribbon is going to kind of depend on the hook you're using, the thread / yarn you're using, and your tension. I found that with a size 10 thread, using my my 1.5 hook, a 3/8 inch ribbon. I'm going to try not to let this crinkle too much. I got this from Amazon. I'll put a link in the description box. Works perfect for mine. And then the smaller the yarn the thread you're using and your hook, just go down on your size of ribbon. So like for the, where's that at? Here. For the 20mm, I used a 3/16 size ribbon. And then for the size 30 crochet thread, I used a 3/8. It's a little snug, but that's all right. It's not going to hurt anything. And then, okay, I think that's all you're going to need. So just whatever thread you want to use or yarn, just use the hook that recommends, and then you're going to have to experiment with your ribbon size. Walmart has a big selection of ribbons, so just use the hook that your yarn or thread recommends, and then you're going to need a needle to weave in your ends. So this is a really tiny DMC number 22 needle. These are perfect for thread to weave in your ends. So these are for embroidery and cross stitch, but they're perfect for weaving in thread ends. And then you're going to need your hook. Get you scissors. I use a little tape measure, and the only reason I used it is to show you guys the length of ribbon that I use past the edge of the cross. But you don't need to. You can eyeball it. And then, totally not necessary, but I used a little bit of fabric tack. And what I do is I go between these two layers of ribbon right here. I go right in there. I haven't done it with this one yet. And then I put a little dot of that fabric tack. And what that does is keeps those ribbons from coming out. Okay. Let's see. I'm pretty sure that's all you're going to need, guys. So get your supplies together and let's get started. Alrighty, so to get started, we are going to get a slip knot on our hook. I'm going to bring you guys in just a little bit closer. because I know with this thread it's a little tough to see. All right, and we're going to start with a chain of 10. So 1, 2, 3, oops, about lost that, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and we are going to work 2 double crochet into the 4th chain from our hook. So we hold our little chain here, sorry about that, I had to adjust my camera again. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to work 2 double crochet into that 4th chain, okay? One, 2, 3, 4. So we have 1 and 2. Okay, now we are going to chain 2, 1, 2, and we're going to come right back into that chain and work 3 double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. All right, now we are going to chain 4, but when we chain 4 we want to do it kind of tight, so you want to hear a snap. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hear that snap? That's what we want when we chain. Now when we work our stitches we don't want that, but when we chain the chain 4 we want to hear that snap. Okay, now we are going to come all the way to that very last chain and we're going to work 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. So all the way into that very last chain. 1, 2, 3, chain 2, and right back in there with 3 more doubles. 1, 2, and 1 more, 4, 3. And this, oops, fell right off my hook. Pull up my loop. And this is what our piece should be looking like. Just like that, okay? I am going to pause this and close my window. I'll be right back. Okay, I can't close my window, so you guys are going to have to bear with me with the birds, the wind chime, and my husband outside cleaning the gutters. Okay, so that was the end of row 1, and we're going to chain 2 to move on to row 2. And we turn our work, and into that chain 2 space, we're going to work 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 doubles. So right into that little chain 2 with 1, 2, 3, chain 2, go back in there for 3 more doubles. 1, 2, and 3. And now we're going to chain 4 to get us over here, like over the bridge, I'll say, to the other chain 2 space. So remember, when we chain 4, we want to hear that snap. So chain 4 and listen for that snap, just like that. And then come all the way over to this chain 2 space on this side. And we're going to work 3 doubles. 3 doubles, chain 2, 3 doubles. Oops, I only worked 1 double. Sorry. 3 doubles, 2, and 3, chain 2, and go right back in there with 3 doubles. All right, and that is the end of row 2. And row 2 is what we're going to repeat for the entirety of our cross. Semi going through town. All right, so to start that over, we're going to chain 2 and turn. 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet into that chain 2 space. There's 2, 3, chain 2, go back in there for 3 doubles, 2, 1 more, 3, snap your chain 4, come straight across to the next chain 2, and oops, work your 3 double, chain 2, 3 double. Chain 2, go back in there with your 3 double. And that is what your work should look like. Okay? Just like that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to repeat that row 2. So chain 2, turn, 3 double, chain 2, 3 double, snap your chain 4 to get across the bridge into the chain 2 space. We're going to work 3 double, chain 2, 3 double, chain up 2, turn your work, do that again. And we're going to repeat that and repeat that for 17 rounds, or I'm sorry, rows. So what your piece would look like is like this. So we have row 1, row 2, row 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, so repeat that row 2, just repeat that until you have 17 rows. So right now we have 1, 2, 3 rows, and we need 17. So just repeat that row until you have 17, and come back here and we'll move on. Okay, I'm back and I have my 17 rows done, and now you should have 18 chains in the center. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Good deal. All right, so now what I'm going to do is we are going to fasten off right here. So go ahead and after you work that last double, chain 1, pull up a loop, and cut. And there we go. Alrighty, so now what we're going to do is we're going to start the pieces that make the cross, the T part. So what you want to do, and if you've already weaved in this tail right here, don't worry about it, it's perfectly fine. But what we want to do is turn our work so the tail, or that first chain 2 turn right here, so here's our tail, and then right there is our first chain 2 turn. We want to count up 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we are going to attach into the 5th, right in there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 showing, and then we're going to attach into this 5th. So I'm just going to turn my work, get my thread back, get a slip knot. I made that with a very long tail. Get a slip knot and get that on my hook. Okay, now I'm going to pull that, dang it. Get a slip knot on your hook. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go into the 5th and work a slip stitch. Okay. And now I'm going to chain 1, and into that chain 2 that we attached into, we're going to work the 3 double, chain 2, 3 double. So scoot it over. So I'm going to go right in there with 1, oops, 2, 3, chain 2, come right back in there with 3 more double. So just like that, okay? And that's where we're going to start the T of our cross. All right, so now what we're going to do, get my, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to bump that. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to chain 3, but we're going to do it tight, like we're going to snap it again. So 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to come straight over to that next chain 2 right there, and that's where we're going to work our next 3 double, chain 2, 3 double. So yarn over, go right in there. 1, 2, 3, chain 2, and right back in there with 3. 1, 2, and 3. All right, and there we go. So now I'm just going to slide this over just a tad bit, and then slide this over just a tad, just like that. Okay, and now we are going to chain 2 and turn, and into that chain 2, 3 double, chain 2, 3 double. 1, 2, 3. Sorry I bumped the camera, guys. Chain 2, go right back in there with your 3 double. And now we're going to chain, excuse me. Okay, we're going to go back to our chain 4, but we're going to snap just like we always have. Just like that. And now come across your bridge and into that chain 2 with your 3 double. Chain 2. That bird is loud. And go back into there with your 3 double. Okay. So we're going to repeat our, I'm going to call it our row 2 because that's what we've worked throughout the cross. We're going to repeat row 2 until we have 4 rows. So we already have 1, 2, so we need to do it 2 more times, okay? So I'm going to finish that off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just finished my, my 4th row. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we should have 4 chain spaces in between, okay? So to end this side, we're just going to go ahead and chain 1 after that last double, pull up a loop, and fasten off. Pull that. All right, now we are going to go to the other part of our T. So what we're going to do for that is we are going to come, so I have, let me start this over. Our beginning tail is to my left now, and the work that we just did is to my left. And I'm going to rotate that, rotate my cross, and what I'm going to do is come straight across. Well, when I come straight across from where we started, get out of there, we don't have a chain 2, right? So we're going to go into the chain 2 that's in between our 3 doubles. That is where we're going to work. And then the other part, So we're going to start here, work our 3 double, chain 2, 3 double, chain 3, come over, and we're going to go back into this chain 2 between our 3 doubles. So that way the T of our cross lines up perfect across, okay? So I'm going to get my thread here, get a slip knot on my hook, and I'm just going to go, here's where we attach, come straight across, right in there. That's where I'm going to attach, and that is, let me count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, between the 9th and the 10th set of double crochets, okay? All right, so I'm going to go right in. Oh, geez. Let's start that over again. I'm going to go right in there. I'm going to attach with a slip stitch. Pull that tail tight. Chain 1. I'm going to slide it over the best I can, and I'm going to work 1, 2, and 3. Chain 2. Dang it. Chain 2. Go back in there. Slide everything over if you need. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so just like we did over here, we're going to do a chain 3 instead of 4, and we're going to do it real tight. 1, 2, 3. A piece of fuzz. All right, now we're going to come over to our, well, we're going to jump right across this chain 2. Jump right across and come into the chain 2 between these sets of 3 double crochet. So skip your chain 2, and we're going to come right in here. Yarn over, go right in there with your 3 double, chain 2, scooch it over and go right in, back in there with 3 double. Just like that. I'm going to pull them out a little. All right, now we're just going to repeat the exact same thing we just did on this side. Chain 2, turn your work into the chain 2 between your 3 doubles. Work 3 double, chain 2, 3 double. Now we're going to chain 4, so snap your chain 4, come across to your next chain 2 between your doubles, and work 3 double, chain 2, 3 double. Chain 2, turn, repeat that again until we have 1, 2, 3, 4 rows, okay? So I'm going to get mine done and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just finished the other part of the T of our cross, and we are done. I have one right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you guys can hear that, those are mourning doves at my bird feeder. Okay, sorry. All right, we are going to chain 1, pull up a loop, and cut. Okay, so I'm going to get my thread out of the way here. And I am going to stop my video. And I'm going to get all these ends weaved in, all right? We're almost done. Okay, I'll be back in just a second. Okay, guys, so I got all those ends weaved in. And what we're going to do now is we are going to run our, about said lace, our ribbon through, sorry, I'm trying to take this tape off and I can't get it off. Run our ribbon through our cross. There. All right, so with my tension, the thread I used, the hook I used, 3/8 inch ribbon is going to fit mine perfect. So I'm going to put a link in the description box for the ribbon. I got that off Amazon, but they have it at Walmart too. All right, so what we are going to do is we are going to start this. See that first chain 2 right there? This other side is the 3 double crochet, or chain 3, 2 double, chain 2, 3 double. And then right there is our first chain 2. You want that to the left of you. And what we're going to do is we are going to come up from the bottom to the top. I'm going to try to do this the best I can, showing you guys without picking my work up. Just like that. So our very first chain is to the top of our work. And now what we're going to do is go between the next 2 and go in. Come out. Go in the next 2. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Come on. Go in the next 2. Come out the next 2. So we're just weaving it in and out, in and out. All right, so come back up, go back in. Why does it... Come back. And so far we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we have 5 chain spaces to the top. So what we're going to do now is go in. We're going to come up 2. So we're going to come, so we went in here, and then we're going to come back out 2 chains up. So just like this. Right like that. So the T part of our cross, we have 2 chains, coming straight across from it. So it's like a little path right there. And now we're just going to keep doing like we have been. Go in, out, in, out, in, and out. So the last chain is to the top, and the first chain is to the top. All right, so I am going to pull that down just a little. Let me get a tape measure so I can give you guys an idea. Let's see, I'm going to bring that down just a tad bit, just like that. And that is half, quarter, I'd say just a tad bit over 1/4 of an inch past that last chain. You guys can see that. Okay. Now I'm going to come to the bottom, line that up with my last chain, and I'm just going to set my thumb there. And trim that. Okay. So that part is done. And now we're going to work our side piece. So with our 2 chains facing up, we are going to go in and out. Come back in. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go right in there. That's our, for that chain 3 that we did instead of the chain 4, we're going to go right in between those. right in between here. There. So just like that. Unfold my work. There. And now what we're going to do is flip your work over, and we're going to take this ribbon and we're going to run it under that ribbon. So I am just going to pull this up a little, just like that. Run the ribbon under there, bring it out, just like that. Pull that back, pull that back. Okay, so I'm going to turn this back over, and we are going to come through our first little chain space right there. So I'm going to get this just like that, and now finish what we've been doing here and come out, in and out. There, just like that. So I am going to go ahead and trim this end, and I'm going to pull it to about right there, and I'm going to trim this end. And now I like the angle of my ribbon, so I'm just going to trim that. Just like that. I'm going to pull you guys out. And there is our ribbon cross bookmark. Ta-da! I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me show you all my other ones I've made. Here are the two that I found. This one and this one. I need to pull you guys out further, don't I? There we go. And I made that one, and that one, and that one, and that one. All right, guys. So thank you so much for watching. Hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed. Subscribe so you don't miss what's coming from me next. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think. And I just realized I forgot something. If you want to, you can get in between these two layers of ribbon and add a little bit of just a little drop of some fabric tack just to keep those ribbons from coming out. I completely forgot about that. I'm sorry. Sorry. Okay, so also in the description box, there are links for my Facebook group, Instagram, Twitter, whichever social media platform you guys follow. Get on there. If you make these, take a picture, send and tag me in the picture, because I would be absolutely happy to see your guys' crosses that you made, okay? All right, that's it from me, guys. Happy Easter, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.